these clips, please.
Paul George was third in the MVP race last year, and he picked up right where he left off against his former squad. You always get an extra bit of juice when you play against your former team. And he's been dynamic since his return, hitting a big-time game-winning three-pointer.
Let's talk about the young guns. Luka Doncic, how about this? Joining LeBron James as the only players in NBA history to record 40-point triple-doubles before turning 21. He was obviously Rookie of the Year last year, Jalen, but what's he doing differently for his encore?
I love his confidence. I love the fact at 6'7", playing point guard, he wears number 77, which is really odd. But yet, he continues to get his teammates involved. He rebounds the basketball, gives up good shots to get great shots. He has terrific court presence, and he's only 20 years old, El. Sky's the limit for that young man.
It really is. They're a very fun watch, but let's be real. In Texas, it's all about Houston. Rockets dominated the Blazers 132-108 for their 8th straight win. James Harden scored 36 in 33 minutes, while Russell Westbrook added a triple-double. Westbrook was asked to describe the run that Harden has been on lately. Post-game, listen in.
Amazing. I think that a lot of people like to normalize greatness when you see it over and over again, but it's not normal because there's nobody else that can do it. If it was normal, everybody would do it. He's put himself in position to be able to be one of the best offensive scorers of all time.
I want to bring up his point there. Do you think that fans, pundits, the media, whoever, analysts, appreciate what we are witnessing from James Harden?
Absolutely, I think fans appreciate it and media appreciates it. This is why the last handful of seasons, James Harden has been top 3 basically in the MVP conversation. And what is so dynamic about him, El, is I've called him the most unique scorer in the history of the NBA. Here's what I mean by that. He's led the league in total threes made, total free throws made, in assists, and in total points. No other player at any point of their careers will be able to say that. That's how dynamic James Harden is. And he keeps on coming. He's not always efficient, but he's aggressive. He'll take 15 or 20 three-point shots in the game, whether he's making 2 or 3 or whether he's making 10. And so that level of aggression, I'm telling you, he's going to have a night when he actually gets on fire. And he
hasn't been. And he hasn't been?
I'm going to say this. He's going to have a 90-point game this year.
Stop it.
He is.
Stop it.
I know it sounds crazy.
Stop
he
it.
He goes for it every night. We showing him score 46 points. You know what I do as I cover basketball? I look deeper into the box score.
Okay.
He also takes 40 shots.
Sure.
He also takes 23s. At some point, he's going to start making them. James Harden's going to score 90 points in a game this year.
Okay, you heard it first on Get Up. We're going to get 90 points again. They're not going to pull him from said game before he gets to 50?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You heard me, Spears.
So much for load management. Spears is in the background like, meanwhile, I think you would appreciate this. The Knicks yesterday, obviously we're not showing a Knicks highlight because no one cares, but they had the internet going crazy.
That's just wrong.
They had the most Knick contest of all time. They had kids race to put on white T-shirts, jeans, Timbs, and a backwards hat, and then attempt to make a basket. Jalen, your thoughts?
I love Timbs. It's winter time, so you should be rocking jeans. You need a jacket over that white tee. But the Knicks did win against a Cavs team.
And keeping it out west. One team hoping to get a boost on offense is Portland. May come in the form of one Carmelo Anthony. Could potentially make his debut this evening at the Pelicans. Blazers are just 5-9 this season. They're in the middle of a 6-game road trip. Melo has not played since November 8th. Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he is.
Wow. So the Mavs hosting the Spurs. And we're going to start early in the game. Luka doing, you know, what he does there. Step back 3 off the catch. Later in the first, he goes between the legs to shake off Jonte Murray, and it's another 3. 17 points in the first quarter alone, 4 of 6 from three-point range. Now we go to the third. He's defended by Murray again. This time, crosses him over and finishes in the lane. And then later, Mavs up 12. Luka on the rebound launches the cross-court pass to Dorian Finney-Smith in stride. I mean, look at this. Absolutely perfect. End of the quarter. Luka drawing in 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. What does he do? Finds Justin Jackson. As time expires, it was that kind of night for the Mavs. And in the fourth quarter, with the Spurs down 8, DeMar DeRozan says, you know what? We're a championship caliber team. I'm bringing these guys back. Cuts the lead to 6. Under 5 to play. DeRozan to the rim. Now within 2. He finishes with 36 on that night. A minute 20 to play. It's a 3-point game. Shot clock winding down. Kristaps Porzingis is stripped, but Finney-Smith gets the ball. He throws up a prayer, and it goes in. The Mavs by 5. Everything going their way, but still a 2-point game when Luka steps back and knocks down another 3. A 42-point triple-double. His first career 40-point game. Mavs win.
Today when I slapped the net, I dreamed like I was going to score 16 in the first quarter, so then I scored 17. So I was like, dreams don't come true. But no, I mean, amazing win, great effort, great defense, and just amazing.
This guy can do anything he wants to on a basketball court. And, you know, he's having just one of those magical runs right now. And it's a phenomenal thing to watch. It's a phenomenal thing to be a part of. And, you know, his teammates.
Mark Cuban, I'm so happy to have you on my team. I just can't stand it. I'm going to pay you whatever you want. All right, league leading 6 triple-double of the season. He poured in a career-high 42, first career 40-point game, most points scored in a triple-double against the Spurs under Pop. 20 years, 263 days old, one of 2 players to record a 40-point triple-double before his 21st birthday. The only other one to do so, King James. And Doncic now has 5 30-point triple-doubles in his career, breaking a tie with the great Jerry West for the second most 30-point triple-doubles by a player within his first 2 seasons in the NBA.
Winning 3 against his old team as the Clippers beat the Thunder 90-88. No Kawhi Leonard for the 3rd straight game because of a bruised left knee. Clippers improved to 8-1 at home this season. That's the most home wins in the NBA this season.
Jay, it's working. It's working. Harden and Westbrook, James sensational again, putting up 36 points in 33 minutes. A 132-108 win against the Blazers. His 8th straight game with 30 points and 5 dimes. And Westbrook had a triple-double. Rockets win their 8th in a row. They are now 11-3 on the season.
Luka Doncic was working, had a triple-double last night, a career-high 42 points, 12 assists, 11 rebounds. His first ever 40-point game in the Mavericks 117-110 win over the Spurs. Doncic now leading the league with 6 triple-doubles on the season. DeMar DeRozan with a season-high 36 in the loss. Doncic made lots of history last night, including becoming the first player in Mavericks history with a 40-point triple-double. Next up for Luka and the Mavs is a home game against the Warriors on Wednesday. You can catch that game at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Meanwhile, the Timberwolves took care of Utah in a 112-102 win, thanks in part to 7 3-pointers from Karl Anthony Towns, his 2nd game this season with that many threes. Only 4 others have multiple games with 7 threes this season, and they're all guards: James Harden, Buddy Hield, Dame Lillard, and Kemba Walker. Towns finished with 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 of last year.
And played the game, and his name's up there right now. That's pretty amazing for that young man.
It is amazing. And he have the most triple-doubles of anybody before the age of 20?
Yes,
he does. That's a different list.
That's a different list. He's on another.
And where to cut. And right now, and this is what I was talking about, someone's getting an open shot right now. Look at all the ball, look at all the people around him, and he just finds the right guy. You can't throw 3 people at the ball. He just finds everybody. And again, we talked about it. He's getting stronger in the ability to get in there and finish amongst the paint. And we talked about earlier, that step back is murder, man. And he makes that, and it is hard to guard. So he starts off the game scoring and attacking, but every time he draws 2 or 3 and draws a crowd, he gets rid of it, and he gets rid of it on time, and he gets rid of it on target. He reminds me a lot of LeBron James. When LeBron first came in the league, he made all the right plays to his teammates, and you were like, wow, that guy sees the floor extremely well, and that's the same thing with Luka.
Yep, no doubt. It takes a great deal of skill and intelligence to play slow. And Luka can play slow as anybody and be incredibly effective. And he does it on both ends now. He's really improved defensively. He's trying on that end of the floor. That's still not Dallas' strength. They're a great offensive team, but they're getting better there as well.
You know, you talk about playing slow. All you got to do in basketball is be quick in a 5-6 foot area, because you beat the guy, then you just body ride him. So, you know, quickness is so much different than speed.
Yep.
He's got the, Larry Bird was the same thing. Larry would pump fake, and from here to the floor was phenomenally fast. So he'd get you on your toes, and he just would get an edge on you. He was strong enough to ride you. Chris Mullin, there's a million different guys. There's a million different guys that have played slow. But Luka's quick in his little areas, and that's all you need is just get that guy off you. It's not how fast you are. Really, it's just kind of how quick you are, how clever. Magic Johnson was the same way.
James
Magic
Harden doesn't play fast at all.
Yeah. No, exactly. James is another classic. They just get that little edge on you, then just body ride you. You never catch up. So I always tell people that, you know, this is not a 100-yard sprint. This is not a 40-yard sprint. This is a game of small area quickness, and if you have it, you can be really effective. Luka's got small area quickness. He just doesn't look all that athletic.
I'm curious for both of your perspectives on this, from an organizational point of view, from a coaching staff's point of view. What does his ability to control what happens on the floor the way he does at this age, knowing